Hello, and welcome to episode 2 of the new adventures of the Time Machine, the Monastery. Last episode we escaped from Hourglass City on this Tripodon, which
I'd better let Willoughby rest.
we cannot use.
Don't you want to, Willoughby? Are you too tired?
That means that we will have to explore this next section without going back. Now we arrive here at the bridge, the bridges, and there is a sign here which we are going to read. And it says, "He who seeks his way must follow the voice of the web and conquer his mute guardian. He will then be worthy of appearing before Tetradon Logos Shah, master of the monastery and guide of the lords of the wave." Now, you might have noticed that there was some noises on the background, and those noises we actually have to follow. And since I've been talking over this, we are going to try this again. But you can see that there are 6 icons, and the first one looks like like the same sort of conch shell that we have in the bottom left. The second one, I'm not sure what that is. The third one looks like the copper sphere. The fourth one is like a coffin or something like that, and the fourth looked like something on fire, and again the conch shell. Now I'm just going to back away from this and listen to the various sounds again. Right, so that were the 6 sounds. Now let's enter this bridge. So while standing in the middle, you can hear this the first sound which we heard. So we are just going to follow up on that sound, and when we actually choose a path, we can hear this is a gong, and this is another sound. So each time you want to make a choice, you can actually hear the sound that you're looking for. But since the second sound was a gong, we are going to head north. And then we are going to look for the third sound, which was a hissing sound. Yep, there it is. Then the next sound. It definitely wasn't that one. It was sort of like a machine going up and down, not like that. Yeah, that sounds more like it. Then we are looking for the organ. Right. And then we have one sound left, and that is the wave again. But before I go into that, I will show you what happens if you choose the wrong path. So if you up to now have just messed up.
doing here? I can't remember anything.
May the water of Kronos nourish the roots of your spirit.
I remember a long voyage and a shell with the crystal chip in it.
You are an outcast. Now you are back among your people.
What do I have to do?
Your task is to care for our plants. May the sand god bless you.
Well, I'm not going to go over that again, but basically, you fall down and it's game over. So let's see if we do take the right passage. See what happens. So immediately we get shot by this guy. Now we can try and deharmonize him if we are quick enough, but we actually do not have to. So what you can do is go back. And just before you go up here, you choose the invincibility spell. The invisible spell, I mean, sorry. Right. Cast it. See, and now he won't see us, so now we can just, we can go past him, but I would like to sort of give him the Nautilus. Oh.
It looks like this warrior is just an illusion.
So, there you have it. We passed this part of the game, and we are inside. Alright, well, one of the first things that we see when we enter this is that the place is actually a lot bigger than it looks from the outside. So, we're going to have a little look around. First, we're going to have a look at this this wall mural.
Kronos sends a wave that transforms the Sand People, but the monks who live close to him don't seem to be affected by it.
Yeah, that's strange. How do these monks get not affected? We have seen that in the beginning when the first wave actually came. We saw that the guards at the palace door actually were eating something, and I'll explain to you later what that is.
The monks aren't affected by the wave.
But first we're going to continue this way. We'll see a dude
Welcome, Ephide. You found your way across the desert. You are worthy of entering the monastery. If you follow the laws of Kronos, you will become a Shekinah.
Well, in fact, I'm trying to find my way home. The monastery can surely help me one way or the other.
Find your way home? Ephide, you came all the way to the monastery, and now it is your home. Begin your apprenticeship in the Chronomancer's room.
Okay, Chronomancer's room. We'll find that room in just a minute, but let's have a little look at another mural.
That's Kronos in the center of that structure, but who are those bizarre creatures with him? Kronos is in the middle of an odd structure. It looks like an arch.
Yeah, these creatures remind me a little bit of mermaids, don't you? Now, across from here, there is a set of stairs, which actually leads to the place we need to go to, but we're just going to explore a little bit further. Because there are some more murals which we're going to have a look at.
There, in the center, someone is addressing the assembly of monks and warriors. He must be their leader. That's who I need to meet. Tetradon Logar Shar. I must meet this Tetradon.
And we will meet him later.
Only the Shekindars can enter these doors. You are a mere Ephaid.
Okay.
Only the Shekindars. You can't go in, Ephaid. The ceremony isn't over yet.
I want to meet the Tetradon.
He is busy presiding over the sacred ceremony. You must begin your initiation into the Chronomancer's room.
Yeah, so we've been told. Let's show him our favorite Nautilus.
You have a Nautilus? You must be a future Shekindar. Go into the Chronomancer's room and begin your initiation.
Slightly more friendly. We can ask him about the hourglass.
This hourglass is a Chronomancer's talisman. Only a Chronomancer is allowed to use this hourglass.
That doesn't really give us much information.
Only the Shekindars can enter.
Maybe he knows something.
In their ignorance, the Sand People believe that this hourglass is a talisman. The truth is, this object is a catalyst for magic, which the Chronomancers use all the time.
He is actually correct. We will see how that works a little bit later on. Don't you want to see my Nautilus?
This Nautilus is extraordinary. You must possess unusual powers. The Chronomancer's room. Your apprenticeship begins there.
Right. So, before we go up these stairs, let's have a look at the last mural.
This looks like a mine. They seem to have found a precious stone here. And this machine is a robot. The Shekindars appear to have very advanced technology.
So this stone we will come to have a look at in a second. What's so special about it? Right, so here we are in another work area. There is a small grate here which we are going into.
It's narrow, but since I'm smaller now, it should work. Bad luck. The exit is blocked.
Okay, so we'll need to find out that exit.
It's closed.
We can't enter there. You see a red light. That means the ceremony is still in progress. You can go in here, but there's nothing to do here yet.
This must help to control something. In any case, it's stuck.
But we can do a few things here. One of the things we will find lying around here is this item, which is that precious stone you just saw on the mural. And it is a black salt gem. This salt allows you to recover jarred garul. That's the well, we actually do need to recharge. Is that the white gauge on my shell?
That must be the machine that treats the ore. It seems to work all by itself. Automatic machines may be the future of man. Actually, Shekindar technology isn't very different from ours.
Let's have a little chat with this guy.
Forget to take your ration of black salt, Ephaid? Ephaid's sleeve is not efficient. No, not efficient.
I haven't forgotten anything, and I am not a slave.
What?
I have a Nautilus, and I have the gift. I'm here to be instructed by the monks.
Sorry. I'm used to effing apprentices. Welcome, future Chronomancer. During prayers, no activity. Religion, yes. Maintenance, yes. That's what I do.
All these machines. Tell me, could you help me to build a machine that travels through time? I broke mine.
Blasphemy. Travel through time? Time belongs to Kronos. Blasphemy. Era almost over. Have to revise machine. Fast.
Okay, well, he will tell us a little bit about these items that we're carrying. For example, this the black salt.
Gems. Long work. Long, meticulous work to make gems from ore. Have to concentrate every second. Without black salt gems, the Shekinders would be as defenseless as the Ephids.
Yes, he will explain a little bit more about that later. Why they are defenseless without eating that. But let's show him the compass.
Oh, by Kronos. Where'd you find it?
A priest gave it to me. Do you know what it is?
Know what it is? Made it. I made this compass. Me.
Oh, I thought it was a relic.
Superstition. But very important object. Yes. Essential. Time to work. No more time to chat.
Oh, well, I do want to chat here about this hourglass, because...
Indispensable. But has to be charged, or it won't work.
So this hourglass is not charged yet.
You can charge it in a Chronomancer's room. The clocks. Find the clocks.
Okay, so we have to charge this this item. Now there's also a servant here, which we can have a little chat with, although she's not very talkative.
I work here. I watch over the wagons.
All the time?
Yes, all the time. That is the will of Kronos. The Shekindars are kind to their servants. They allow them to avoid the effects of the wave.
Slaves don't talk. Slaves work.
I can't talk.
Well, that's about all that she says, but basically during the ceremony there is no activity, so this cart you see is not
The
working.
steering wheel is jammed.
So everything is jammed. There is a lever here which we can pull. It sort of comes out some sort of gas. Anyway, we're going to have a little look at what he's working on. Well, a little robot.
Ow! I guess he doesn't like to be touched.
Okay, well then, let's don't. But there is an item here.
I have better tools than these in my laboratory.
An oil can, which will come in handy. So that's all about this room for now. We're going to see if we can find that Chronomancer's room. Right. Well, there's a lot to do here. Let's have a little chat with this guy first.
Let me guess, Safaid. I can sense the presence of Jad Garul in you. It's weak and awkward, but yearning to grow. You came to the monastery to develop it, didn't you?
Yes, you're probably right.
So you must begin immediately. Don't waste another second. Go into the sphere, Safaid, and continue your initiation.
Well, Quite honestly, I'm not sure I want to be a Shekindar. I would simply like to go home.
Go home? You want to go home? But no one can escape his destiny. If you have managed to cross the desert and succeeded in getting all the way to the monastery, it is your destiny to become a Shekindar. No one can avoid his destiny. Never.
But I only want to rebuild my time machine and travel through time.
Time machine? Travel through time? Ifaid, you should know that time is the domain of Chronos, and Chronos alone. He only allows us to approach its confines. No machine could explore the secrets of Chronos. If you wish to complete your knowledge of the world, go and listen to the voice of the knowledge cylinder over there. Go into the sphere and continue your apprenticeship.
So that's basically all he wants to tell us, but he will do give us a bit of information about the hourglass.
If your hourglass of ashes isn't charged, it's useless. You can fill it by using the chronomantic clocks. That is, if they're activated. If it's not charged, it's useless.
So it's not charged at the moment, and he says that we can use it with these clocks if they're activated. Now these clocks are not activated at the moment, but there is a lever here on the other side which we are going to give a pull.
When these clocks are active, one can observe the most minute details of the rhythms and chronomantic flows.
Well, that's all very interesting. You can see this thing moving on top here now, so it is activated. So we're going to take out our hourglass. Right, so we have a charged hourglass.
A charged hourglass of ashes has two powers. You must choose. You can either decide to use it on yourself, which will increase your Jedgarul and your sand level, or you can offer it to the ghosts of the chronomantic spheres, and they might give you some new spells. It's up to you. You can either diversify your magic or reinforce it.
Okay, so basically you've got two options with this hourglass. You can use it to restore your energy, or you can trade it with the ghost in these copper spheres for extra spells, which we are going to do since this is a Let's Play and I can basically control my own energy. There is an object here which we are going to pick up. Oh, right, this is actually the message you get when you press the space bar while holding that hourglass. If we're going to sacrifice it, but we are not going to use it. No, we're going to put it away before we lose it. So what's this we pick up here? This is basically a sand globe, and restores our sand points, which is the green on the shell. We have plenty of energy, so no need to use that. Now there are two exhibitions here, which we're going to have a little look at. There's a door upstairs here, which leads to basically the same control panel as the other side. Is useless for the moment.
The fence is rusted shut. It won't be easy to open.
And you can have a guess that this is the other end of that passageway we couldn't get out of. So if we use the oil can.
This pipe passage must go under the hole where the lift is, but where does it lead?
We're not going to enter there. No need for it. But we're going to have a little look at these exhibits.
Our world is a gigantic desert. At the end of it lie the tumultuous waters of the universal ocean. Hourglass City and the Shekindar Monastery are the only places inhabited by man. At the center of the desert lies the Sea of Eternity, which is surrounded by cliffs that are impossible to get through. The sanctuary of Chronos is situated above this sea. There are legends telling of a mountain pass called Crumbling Rock Path, said to be the only road to lead to the sanctuary.
Okay, that's interesting.
The wave is sent by Chronos. It surges out of the depths of the Sea of Eternity and lands in the desert. It ends up at the edge of the world and disappears into the universal ocean. Thus, the wave is born and dies. The most esteemed Chronomancer, after Tetradon Logor Shar, is Vel Zubek. He invented the famous Shekandar object known as an hourglass of ashes. He is also the guardian of the memory sanctuary in the heart of Hourglass City. Vel Zubek is known for sharing his knowledge with everyone, from the greatest Shekandar to the most humble sand person.
I simply must meet this Vel Subek.
All chronomantic clocks are in tune with the Sea of Eternity. Because of their extremely precise settings and chiseled mechanism, they can detect the slightest variation in the rhythm of the sea's ebb and flow. Chronomantics are based on the ebb and flow of the Sea of Eternity. Its rhythms are perceived by Jad Garul. By the immense strength of their willpower, Chronomancers are able to modify these rhythms. In doing so, they activate the appearance of magical phenomena. Nautiluses, like the Shekandar's Jad Barul, can put one in tune with the flow of the Sea of Eternity. Possessing a Nautilus guarantees that your memory will stay intact. A Nautilus is considered to be a gift from Chronos, since they seem to come directly from the Sea of Eternity. They often land in the desert, and only pure sand people and Shekandars can pick them up without incurring the wrath of Chronos.
So that basically explains why in the beginning, when we didn't pick up the Nautilus and the wave struck us, we couldn't remember anything. So it allows us to keep our memory.
Lemurs are also called sand stealers. They are chronomantic creatures that haunt the desert and the cliffs at the edge of the world. Seeking and absorbing the sand of man is their main occupation. They might be locked in chronomantic spheres, and because they are linked to the ebb and flow of the Sea of Eternity, they know its numerous complex rhythms well. By bargaining with the lemurs, experienced chronomancers can learn rhythms that help them create new chronomantic spells.
Right, a lot of information, but this basically reinforces the idea of trading the charged hourglasses for the spells. So now that we have most of the information here, we can have a little look at the clocks.
This clock looks like the quartz clock in my laboratory. It seems to vibrate in rhythm with time. I don't think it indicates hours, but something quite different.
So here we have another copper sphere. Before we go in, we're just going to have a little side step and pick up another hourglass. And this one is charged, so that gives us 2 charged hourglasses. And remember this glowing lock, the chronomantic lock? We can take that out and free the lemur inside. We are not going to do that yet, because when we do, he will just kill us, and there's really no fun in that.
Who's there? Who dares disturb me?
I came to learn.
Learn. Yes, you can learn. But first, tell me this. Are you a Shekandar? I hate those miserable human leftovers. I'd just as soon kill one as look at it. Make Shekandar powder out of it. Strangle it. Deharmonize it. Send it back to its studies in the desert. Now then, are you a Shekandar?
No, of course not.
All right. I suppose you can learn 2 or 3 spells, but don't get on my nerves.
Okay. Well, this lemur isn't as friendly as the previous one, although this is by far the most funny one. This guy cracks me up.
You are lucky, Fade. Very lucky that you are not a Shekandar. If you were, I'd have thrown you out of here so fast you wouldn't have known what hit you.
And he just keeps on going like that for the whole time you're in here.
You are not like the others, Fade. I sense something different about you. And I'm not at all sure I like it. If you are here to learn, touch these infernal prisms. I have no time to waste.
So we're going to have a little look at these prisms that are scattered about. We have to venture a little bit further into the cave this time. So we're going to head out to the right here. And pick up this one. So this is the counter spell. Cancels all active spells put on me. That is good to know. Now we're going to follow the path over the bridge. These spheres are all the same, as in they don't contain any extra passages, although there is a restriction later on which we'll see. But mostly these spells can be found just by walking around. There are always, I believe, 3 spells in each, but you can also obviously trade the hourglasses for the spell. So here we have another one. This is the stop time, a spell which freezes the target in time. Could be useful. Just going to show you the rest of this cave, although there's not much more here in the end. So I'll just run around and show you what the extent of this sphere looks like. So we're going to head back and pick up the last spell. Which is situated somewhere around here.
You're no smarter than a sandbag.
Okay, so when we try to pick it up, it just disappears.
You're no smarter than a sandbag.
He's obviously enjoying this, so what we'll have to do is we'll have to cast this spell onto the object. We have unlimited, so you see now that there's sort of walking around it, and that will just stop it from moving. And now we have the Chronomantic mask, which gives us partial protection against magic attacks.
Not bad for a sandbag.
Okay, so let's bother this lemur for some more. We can show him a couple of items.
Get that out of my sight! like this, Nautilus. It vibrates in an unpleasant way.
Well, now you maybe understand why he hates these Shakandar monks, because this is obviously their gift.
Put that away immediately. I don't like that Nautilus.
Now, we do have the 2 charged hourglasses, so we're going to show him one.
A charged hourglass of ashes. I want it. I want it. Give it to me and I'll teach you a powerful spell. Just for you. Your very own spell. But a good one. Because you're not one of those evil Shakandars.
So basically, you can see the chap here on the right. That's actually pretty gruesome image. But this is what he has: the grip of Kronos, sand to ashes, which inflicts terrible chronomantic wounds. We have the Eye of Jadguru, then which all illusions will surround me will dissipate, and that's the one we're going to take. So it will ask you if you want to trade it, and we are going to. And the next thing we can do is we can try out our new spell. So we're going to start with the Chronomantic Mask.
The Chronomantic Mask is a spell that protects you against enemy attacks. But take care. Not all spells are affected by the mask. Did I deharmonize you slightly?
Nope. We got the mask, and we can try the other ones as well. The counter spell.
A counter spell is quite useful to negate a spell someone else casts upon you.
So now he's cast a spell which makes us go slow, I guess.
Apprentices aren't what they used to be.
I was just a little bit late, and when you're late or you're not reacting, he will give that kind of comment, which is quite hilarious actually. You can try all the other ones, which we already did. The Eye of Jadguru, we haven't tried that one yet.
The Eye of Jadguru dissipates the most persistent illusions.
So there's an illusion.
How does it feel to be deharmonized? Chronomantic, huh?
Just love this guy. He's got a few more one-liners that are absolutely stunning. Great. Well, let's go the other way. We have the deharmonizer, which is also nice, but the stop time is actually the one that we haven't seen yet.
The stop time is a practical spell. Your target is paralyzed and will be vulnerable as long as it stays that way. Isn't that the time to take advantage of it?
Okay, so here's a chap. We can shoot him. So it basically freezes him in time. Good to know.
Not bad for an apprentice. This spell makes me laugh. My fellow Lemurs aren't affected by it. Cast it on one of them. He'll definitely laugh. At your expense.
Okay, I haven't actually tried that, but we can try and see if we can use the spell on the lemurs. Is there anything else in here? No, I don't think so. We we can get out of here. Now we can walk at the exit, but you can also attack him. I believe if you do, he will just get pissed off and throw you out.
I'm impressed there, Aid. You seem to be gifted at using chronomantics.
Do you think so? It's very new to me.
No, no. You should be aware of your worth. You must meet Tetradon. And Velsubek, too.
Tell me more about these people.
Tetradon is the greatest chronomancer our world has ever known. He is the master of our monastery. Velsubek is the guardian of Hourglass City's memory sanctuary.
Is Velsubek a Shekindar too?
Yes. Well, things have changed since he went to live amongst the Sand People. They say he tends to take himself for one of them, forgetting that being a Shekindar makes him superior. It is even said that he has contradicted Tetradon himself.
Really?
Not only that, but he is apparently working on a project that will reveal the origin of time. What a sacrilege.
I should say so. When can I meet Tetradon?
The ceremony has just ended. Tetradon will be here any minute.
Okay, here we go.
And thus you appear before me, Ephraim. So, the grim premonition of some awful unnatural thing threatening the safety of our world that has haunted my being was not unfounded. That thing had your face.
I'm sorry, sir, but I assure you, I am no threat to you.
I will be the judge of that, Ephraim. And when you address me, you will use my full name. It is Tetradon Logar Shah.
Yes, sir, Tetradon Logar Shah. I have a favor to ask of you. But first, I must explain my situation.
I will give you one chance to explain yourself. But hurry up. Time is precious.
I come from England, a country which has been in existence for a long time. And there I am a scientist. I had just finished making a machine that travels through time. But it must not have been perfect because I landed in Hourglass City. Now I'm asking for your help to get back to my era. Can you help me, Tetradon?
A scientist. An Ephraim scientist. How dare you say to me, Tetradon, master of the Lords of the Wave, that you travel through time? You think you are a god, you heathen? You insult the name of Kronos.
I beg your pardon. I say easy does it, Tetradon. I wasn't trying to offend you. I just want to go home.
Blasphemer! You're as mad as an outcast, as Kronos is my witness. You pretend to be a scientist. You pretend to travel through time. You are nothing.
But I reiterate, I do not mean to offend you. Everything I said is true as my name is Wells.
You are not worthy of a name. It is high time you realized who is master here.
Okay, so he is going to attack us. And, we are just going to make it a little bit more difficult for him and release him.
I'm free! Free at last!
So what happens now is that they get engaged in a battle and you can escape. Now, there's basically two ways that you can escape. One is through the small passageway on the other side there, which takes you to the core processing room, but it's actually not very informative. And the original way back just gives you the insight on what's going to happen next. So you can see that there's a robot here now, which shoots, well, doesn't shoot very well, but it does shoot, and it is actually controlled from over there, up there, but there's no one there at the present. But normally there should be someone there. Ah, right, there he is. So he controls that robot, and he did hit us. So we're gonna try and get out of here. So this is basically where we came out if we took the other passage, but yeah, just we wanted to show the. Okay, is he aggressive? No, not. I don't know. Sometimes they are. Sometimes. Oh god. There we go. So now that the ceremony is over, we can turn the handle, which we are going to do, and get out of here.
I'm afraid I'm too old for this.
Okay, so he has changed again, this time into an older gentleman, and we have escaped. We can have a little look at this this door, which is here.
I can't open it.
But we have to come there another time. So that was quite an adventure. We haven't learned much from this jerk, which calls himself the Master of the Waves. But there was a guy named Velsubeck, which now lives in Hourglass City, where we just came from. So we're gonna try and see if we can find him. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. Join me for episode 3. If we can get up these stairs. Thank you.
Now Velsubeck is my only hope. I've no other choice. I must go back to Hourglass City.